Hi, I'm Michael Julian. I will be looking at the first two stanzas of the poem Kubla Khan. I will be describing its meaning through six quotes and an explanation of those quotes' significance. Now, the overall meaning of this poem is the woes of putting your joy into the hands of the state instead of God. The first quote I will be pointing to is, quote, a stately pleasure dome decree. The pleasure dome represents joy, protected joy. That it is stately, though, means that it's not coming from God, but from the emperor of the Mongolian Empire, Kublai Khan. The second quote I'll be pointing to is, quote, but oh, that deep romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill athwart cedar and cover. The fact that this romantic chasm is a chasm and that is slanted symbolizes the fact that something is wrong. After all, generally, a chasm is considered something wrong. Like there's a chasm in your life, that's generally something bad. If your life is slanted, that is also something that is considered bad, generally, as a symbol of being bad. The cedar and cover is they're kind of like trying to put lipstick on a pig, trying to make everything look fine when in reality there's a deep problem. The third quote is, quote, as ever beneath a waning moon was haunted by woman wailing for her demon lover. Women are often a sign of reproducing, and the fact that this woman is calling for her quote demon lover is a sign that the troubles are about to multiply. Woman, her demon lover, multiplies problems. The demon is the haunting factors says that things are already tense, and the demon lover is a symbol of trouble, like war. It's coming, and then it's going to multiply. The fourth quote I'm going to be calling upon is, quote, huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail or chaffy grain beneath the thresher's flail. The thresher is a representation of the machinations of the people in power within the Mongolian Empire. And the flail is a result of that. The flail is dividing the empire into both large and small countries or influences, like areas of influence of these people are taking the empire apart and bending it to their will so that they can get the most power. Okay. The fifth quote I'm going to be calling upon is ancestral voices prophesying war. End quote. On top of all this, the empire is about to be at civil war. The use of the word ancestral is referring to the leadership of the empire. It was entirely Mongolian. So it's saying that the empire is about to be torn apart by leadership divisions. The ancestral voice is calling for war, not just for Kublai Khan, it's for leadership. You can hear that they're calling for war, that they are calling to cause the empire to go into civil war and to break it up, and chaos is about to unfold. Pleasure Dome, stately, cannot survive. The final and sixth quote is a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice, end quote. The use of the sun in this quote shows that joy is from heaven. Generally, the sun is symbolizing of God and heaven and generally things spiritual nature. The pleasure dome is joy, although in this case, like I said, like the pleasure dome is the case of joy, specifically protected joy. Now, in this case, it's protected by God, not by the state. The state is evolving, the state is in chaos, but God still holds firm. The use of ice in this is representative of like the strength and healing properties of God. Ice is naturally strong. Igloos are very strong creations. And if you've ever been with near thick ice, you can know it's near impossible to crack. But ice is also used to reduce swelling. If you have a cut or sore, you generally put ice on it to soothe the pain and end it. So it's saying that God is strong and he is healing, unlike the state, which, as we saw in the previous five quotes, it was dissolving. It was going to anarchy. People in power were trying to take on pieces. So that plectrodrome was destroyed. It was false. It couldn't hold itself. This plectrodrome is by God, and it survive. It not only can survive, but it not only survives, but it's thriving. It exists. It's not harmed. Meanwhile, the state's plectrodrome is completely destroyed and it's crumbling. And what's not destroyed is crumbling. It's falling. But this plectrodrome by God survived everything unscathed.